Breaking news, a 7.6 magnitude earthquake just appeared in Kathmandu, capital of Nepal. We have over 300 aftershocks recorded and 9,000 people are killed and 100,000 people are injured. So we asked to the Finnish authorities what are the next steps to send our help, and we're going to see with an expert. So Sam, tell me, what kind of people do we need to help in this situation?
So in this case, we are looking for many different competences to have a global project and to ensure that everything is going well, like through all the delays. So the first one is the medical and healthcare of the people that are going to be on the field. So we are looking for doctors and nurses that have good experience and also a good number of them, so that if one is not feeling well, we can always change and things are always going on. The second one is purchasing, so good negotiation skills and good quantities at the right moment, so to always have good numbers in this project and like to always ensure like backup in case. Then of course in the transport, very important, so the good coordination to ensure all the movements between the air, sea and the routes, so to make sure that everything arrives on time and is here when we need it. Then is the quality of the products, so the good knowledge of the subject, so to know what we really need and why, and also good interpersonal skills, so yeah. And for the resource coordination, good time knowledge, so to always know when we need material and when we don't need, and also a good flexibility, so if something new happens, how do we react to it, and like always have a backup plan. And the last one is the financial part, so to always follow the data through the project, and also a good share of the budget, because if we don't, we can have in the future many problems, and that could be quite complicated for us.
Now we are having a special guest in our studio, Dan Lindenholz, an expert in the civil protection operation on the Nepal case. Dan, can you tell me what is needed for the affected people in Nepal?
We made a catalog of all the things that are needed for the Nepal case. One of the most important things is, of course, the equipment, the search and rescue equipment, and the medical supplies, because there are probably a lot of wounded people. Besides that, the communication right now is probably really bad or down there. Mm-hmm. So that's also very important, so we can communicate also with the outside world what is needed besides the search and rescue equipment, and to set up a logistic network. Besides that, we do have some food and water supplies in stock, but they will probably run out during the operations, so that is something that we have to keep in account, that we have to keep make sure that those are on stock.
Okay. So in general, everything can be in stock or is in stock right now?
Yeah, everything is in stock.
Except drinking water and food?
Yeah, that is important to keep getting in.
Okay, thank you a lot.
Thanks.
Okay, now we are having over an expert from the Finnish authorities here in our studio. Can you tell us a little bit about how the Finnish authority, how the system is built up in such a case?
So in cases of civil protection and where rescue services are needed, Finland has operating procedures, and they're outlined in the Pelastuslaitos, so the Finnish Academy of Rescue Services documents, and they will be in charge of assembling a team when rescue services are needed. And in terms of authority, the Ministry of Interior decides on assistance that is provided to other countries. And in terms of Finland, Finland has 6 emergency response centers, of which one is in Kuopio. And also Finland has an organization called the Finn Rescue Team, who are educated in international rescue and can be used in these situations.
Okay, thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Let's welcome Taneli, another expert who will walk us through all the step-by-steps of the operation process for the Finnish rescue team.
So we received the alert on April 25th, and the Finnish government and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has given us approval to assemble a team to go help in this case. And our priority is to be as time effective as the first hours of the rescue are the most critical. So, first off, we're choosing experts, and we need 15 firefighters, 2 tasked IT tech staff, and these will be assembled from 7 towns in Finland, and we will be assembling this team in Kuopio. So, the idea is to have the base camp in Kuopio, one at the Karilan lennosto, which is part of the Finnish Air Force base, and this is a good camp for logistics as it's a functioning Air Force base, and they have the infrastructure there to house all the experts that we need. And also another sub-camp will be made at the Petonen pelastusopisto premises, and this is also ideal as it's part of the rescue system here in Finland already. So the departure will be as soon as possible on April 26th after the team briefing, and all the materials have been gathered, and the departure will be a direct flight from Kuopio, and that is all the way to Kathmandu in Nepal. So once we get there, there needs to be establishment of the base camp and establishment of working shifts, and a minimum of 2/3 of our team will always be active, and we will make sure that the rescuers have the adequate rest they need for their shifts. And there will be also a meeting every 8 hours to update the team leaders. And then once we have succeeded in our operation, we will have the return back to Kuopio and the health checkup right next to the Kuopio airport in the Air Force premises, and then rehab if needed and psychological help if needed for our team. So we've also made a preliminary risk analysis on some of the risks that we see might happen in the rescue procedure, and these have been listed in this table. And here we can see that the risks listed in the red are the most critical, and 4 and 6 being the most critical. And these are aftershocks and other natural conditions after the earthquake, and also the structural instability of the infrastructure. So we will make sure that all these risks will be covered, and especially these risks in the red, experts will be needed at the site to make sure of the safety of the people being rescued and also of the rescuers themselves.
Okay, Fazazi, can you tell me what happened?
Actually, we don't know what is happening. We are having lunch with my family, and everywhere was started shaking. All of a sudden, we saw all this happening.
And how are you feeling about it? How is your family?
Oh man, it's very bad. My family, I'm just looking at how to grab my children and the like. If we can have anywhere place safe to hide, because we don't know where to go. Everywhere was shaking, so we don't know what to do at the moment.
Okay, thank you a lot.